Man United 3, Everton 10 points relegation. Yeah, no. Aye, Everton 0.
Come on.
Rich, talk to me, man. How you
Look,
feeling about
I
the
am
game?
so happy with that W because
Yeah.
you know what? Sometimes you watch the game and you think, what are we going to expect from this team? My prediction pre-game was actually 3-1. I'm glad we kept the clean sheet. Because Onana deserved, just to go straight into the players.
Let's talk about it.
Onana deserved that clean sheet.
Yes.
You know, he played well. He made some good saves. You know, maybe orthodox sometimes with the, parry and then catch again.
As
But
long as it keeps out the net.
no one can chat anything about our keeper right now.
Yeah.
You know, and there's so many things to break down about the game. Okay, cool. Let's overall, first half, we contained them. You know, it wasn't our best game. You know, they had a better chances. They had a better, we only had that one Garnacho unbelievable goal. Obviously, we'll talk about that. But second half, we came out, we controlled the game.
Fighting.
We got back into the game. We had our midfield then connected with the front line. Bruno was getting on the ball. Captain's performance, So I was glad to see the change from the first half to second half. And also, really and truly, like, we could have come out of the first half and thinking, okay, these guys have now conceded 2 goals or 3 goals, whatever, and lost the game. No, they contained them. The defense did their job.
Again, because it was a very tough atmosphere that they went into.
Exactly. Very, very tough atmosphere. First 15 minutes, if we want to get into the goals now, like Garnacho scoring that goal in the first 3 minutes of the game, it helps the team completely.
Amazing.
And it builds confidence. You've got something to fight for. You've got something to defend. It might have been a different story, actually, if we didn't get that early goal, but we defended it with our lives in that first half. And after huge shout out to Garnacho. Lovely goal. World-class finish. Beautiful build-up. Lindelof. In fact, let me go back to the back. Yeah. Lindelof and Maguire.
Let's talk about it.
Maguire, he's literally had the biggest turnaround.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be honest, right?
Yeah.
This guy has had the biggest turnaround.
It's a heroic arc right now.
Heroic arc. Honestly, from the depths of despair to now, he's a hero. He and Lindelof as well. You have to give him his props because ultimately, on that left-hand side, the centre-back, some people were saying, let's bring Luke Shaw back and put him at LCB. Lindelof has done a fantastic job. The reason I want to go back there is because he played the ball over to Rashford. Rashford then played it up to Dalot. Dalot, obviously, good cross. Garnacho, unbelievable. I could watch that goal 50, 60, 100 times and I would not get tired of it.
Goals, man.
Unbelievable. It's exquisite, whatever you want to call it. And to talk about Garnacho, this guy's got like a maverick streak. He's got that kind of je ne sais quoi, like they say.
He's special.
He's a special player, and you can really expect big things from him. Obviously, we don't want to get carried away. He's 19 years old. Anything could happen. We've seen it happen in the past. But this guy is special, and we have to nurture it. Bruno said after the game, he's not a great player yet, but he's got the minerals to become one. And you saw that with the celebration. I could talk. This whole match view could be just about Garnacho, but it's not going to be because
I need to talk to you about another player.
Exactly.
He plays in the midfield. He goes by the name of Kobbie Mainoo.
And that's exactly what I was going next. You talk about Garnacho, 19 years old. You talk about Mainoo, 18 years old. 18. He's 18 years old. And his performance was, I have to be honest, a complete performance. In every atmosphere, in every sphere of the game, strength, duels, dribbles, passes, tackles, everything. He was excellent. And the question has to be asked, and I think the answer is yes, because the question has to be asked, do you continue playing?
Yes.
The answer is yes. Simple.
Absolutely.
He's good enough. And obviously
Mobile,
exactly. I didn't even say that. Mobile, the turning, he's just comfortable on the ball, composed. And you have to look at it and think, you know what? People say he's young, so he might be inconsistent, but I actually think he's good enough. He's good enough to not be inconsistent. I think he's good enough to sit in that midfield like he's shown today against a good Everton team. Don't get twisted. They've been on decent form in their cauldron, in their home ground, with everything going on around Everton right now, with everybody watching, the world watching right now, and he performed like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And to be honest, he's my man of the match. I know a lot of people are giving it to Garnacho because of the goal, but Mainoo's performance there, in that first half, he was the only one, really. Let's be honest, because everybody was complaining about the first half and the midfield was getting bypassed. Yeah. He was still composed. He was still having a good game. The front line in the first half, other than Garnacho's goal, weren't really doing too much. Garnacho was working hard defensively. Rashford was actually working hard defensively as well. Other than the defense, Mainoo was doing excellent. So for me, easily a man of the match. He was absolutely unreal.
Let's just talk about the other positions. Today, we didn't have our usual striker, and Martial stepped in. Talk to me.
I had to be fair, for my boy Tommy White, I have to talk about Martial because we criticize Martial a lot.
All the time.
We criticize him all the time. But today he's shown what he has. He's a player that can, he's finishing. No one's ever questioned his finishing. His finishing is elite. Like when he gets in that one-on-one position,
it's good, not elite.
No. When it gets on that one-on-one position, he can dink the ball. He's a really good finisher, natural finisher. You could say he lost it a little bit in terms of maybe confidence because he hasn't been doing it, but he can really, step up in that position. Now, you have to be honest, he impacted this game hugely. Penalty win, right?
Yeah.
He
Scores as well.
scores his goal. And throughout the game, in that second half, he got into it a lot more. So, and people are comparing it to Haaland. Haaland hasn't really done much this season in the Premier League. But you know what? Martial, props to him. And I have to be very, very
We're going to just find it, and I need a yes or no answer on this one. Galatasaray next, can we win?
Yeah, we can. And we will.
Whoa! Let's go. Come on.